And do what? Later, you want them to figure out how to sing higher notes? Like, what are higher notes gonna do? What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham. I'm your host. This is the Idol Breakdown. We're doing the last episode of auditions. First, we have Yoli Mayor.
Beautiful broken things. Oh, that name in my ear, I hear it ring.
Sing. Wow.
I didn't mean to, I didn't want to, I didn't know I said it.
Hey.
I didn't mean to, I didn't want to, baby, I regret it.
Yeah. She's got purple hair and don't care, but she reminds me of Pink. She's got a very edgy voice, great pitch and tone, starts the episode nicely. She's a clear pro and has a lot to offer. And then everything seems to go smoothly, and then Katie says no. I don't know how or why you would say no to her. And then Lionel, it comes down to Lionel, is he gonna say yes or no? And he totally milks it, but he's not fooling us because he already said that he was in on the first line. He said, the very first line you sang, I was like, okay, yep, done, you're done, come on. He already said that. So then when he was trying to be all like, oh man, I don't know, well, it's like, oh gosh, can you be more obvious that you're just putting this on for the dramatic moment? But you know what? It's TV and that's kind of his job. Anyway, I saw through that one pretty quick. She gets through. Next we have Danielle. I couldn't find her audition anywhere, but I did find her singing this beautiful song from A Star Is Born.
When I'm all choked up and I can't find the words, every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts.
When Lionel and Danielle start dancing salsa, Katy Perry starts saying fuego, fuego, which means fire in Spanish. Luke legitimately was like, what's flagel? Oh my goodness, we're just gonna pass right over that? Dear. I've talked about before how a lot of singers put on a singing voice. It's not just their speaking voice with pitch like I'm doing right now. They put stuff on it. And she's got a lot of layers on the tone of her voice. And it's fine for me. I mean, it's a lot. It's a little heavy. But the judges were not having it. And they were micro-judging her real time as she was singing. It was like, less acting. Less acting. Open your eyes. Stop acting in your eyes. Stop it. Less. Oh my gosh. And she handled it like a pro. She's a beast. She's got the runs. She's got some good tone. It's heavy and sometimes can make it fall a little flat. But she's really, really, really good as far as vocal ability goes. She's a top tier contestant as far as that goes. Next we have Katira.
How do you fall in love? Harder than a bullet could hit ya. How do you fall apart? Faster than a hairpin trigger, don't you say?
Katira brings a cajon in. She starts singing. She's fantastic. Looks great, sounds great. There are little moments of strain and rough patches in the song, but not very many. It seems like she's got good control. She misses a run, not misses, but it's just a little soft, rounded edges instead of sharp edges. But then she shows that she can really hit those later. She's really good. She's very good, and I think we're gonna see a lot bigger things from her in Hollywood Week. Then they decide to show us again the people we've already seen, the people who got platinum tickets. Here's my conspiracy theory. Someone in the comments said this, and I can't remember who it is. You know who you are, but I think it has some legitimate weight to it. The theory is the producers, before the contestant sings for the judges at all, tell the judges who gets the platinum ticket. Now, I can just imagine this in the meeting room. Said, okay, we're adding this platinum ticket. One contestant from each city gets this platinum ticket and they get to miss the first round of Hollywood Week. To make sure we're all on the same page and to make sure it only happens to 3 people and that we don't give one away and then someone better comes later and like, shoot, we can't give that person the platinum, it's already gone. We, the producers, are gonna handle it. We're gonna be the ones that decide who gets the platinum ticket. And if you think about it, whoever gets the platinum ticket should be undeniably good, easy for the judges to praise and be into and all that. But when you have somebody like Jay, who is a certified vocal monster, but in my opinion had a bad audition, the judges have no choice but to only praise them, and not just praise them, but their praise has to meet the quality perceived for the platinum ticket type contestant. So their hands were forced. There's nothing they could do. That's why I was losing my mind last week, because I was thinking, how could you possibly give him that much praise and then a platinum ticket? Well, it's because they were already told that he had to get the platinum ticket. It was decided already. If they weren't told that he had to get the platinum ticket, I don't think they would have praised him like that. No way. And that makes all the sense too with Kennedy. Now Kennedy is very deserving of the platinum ticket, but they made her sound like God. Before she came to sing, while she was singing, and afterwards, and still as they point back to her, they made her look like Jesus.
Your voice is like a combination of Fergie and Jesus.
And it makes sense because they had to promote her and Jay and Hunter Girl as these wild stars that deserve the platinum tickets that I think the producers decided before they even walked into the judges' room. This watch party for the members only was especially a blast because we now officially have 2 American Idol contestants currently as members, in Ishan and Fritz. We got Fritz as a member and he's on there showing us some extra insight in the live chat. So that's really fun, and another reason why you should consider becoming a member. It's $5 a month. You can hit the join button at the bottom right hand of this video. If you're watching this on a phone, you can go to the description below and find the link to join as a member. You'll get access to watch parties where I live stream during the show. You can watch me watch it with you, and then during the commercials I go through my notes and I talk about whatever you guys are talking about in the chat. And, spoiler alert, for this next episode tonight, you're really gonna wish you were a member because we have the great Graham DeFranco coming in and watching Idol with me. And if you're in the watch party, you can watch it with us too. Moving on, we got Brooks' Kid. This is another audition I couldn't find anywhere online, but he actually did record this song and release it, and I found this lyric video.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.
Brooks was very interesting to me. He started out very quiet, playing piano really nicely, really nice touch. At first I wasn't much of a fan. I was kind of like, oh, okay. But the more he kept going, the more I started to fall in love with his tone. And by the very end, I loved his soft, sweet tone that he had. It's very personal. But when he went to that upper range, that different gear, the tone was great, his technique was great, there didn't seem to be any strain, but he was about a full step, maybe a half step flat, almost like he changed keys vocally in good portions of the meat of that upper range section. Now, because the tone was so good and it sounded like he was killing, a lot of us probably just kind of let it happen, or like, oh, we know the notes he wants to hit, and that's an issue he has to fix because he could really nail that and nail some performances if he can get his pitch in control in those areas. Sage pops up.
For the first time in my life, I have seen my story unfold.
Ooh.
I like the way it is.
Congratulations, you
Gone, but I can't move on from you.
Oh, sing.
And I hate being trapped in a box.
It's very jazzy. It's got like
Again.
Yes, sir.
Again.
Oh, yeah. They kind of show her quickly and have a lot of judges' comments in the middle of her audition. But holy cow, she's a favorite. Whoa, 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 whoa. She's a beast. The note she's hitting, Katy Perry says it's jazzy. I think jazzy is just another word for picks really good notes to sing. She's got a beautiful voice, beautiful tone, beautiful choices. Wow, I loved her. She was my favorite of the night, one of my favorites of the whole season. Next we have Maurice. Couldn't find a video for Maurice either. Couldn't find him anywhere. So I got his headshot. That's about the best we have. Otherwise, you have to go back, watch it on your TV. Country singer, a really cool story about growing up in foster care, bouncing around to about 10 different foster homes. Finally found his home, has a great foster parent now, and his dad is also a band teacher, taught him a lot about music. It's a really nice story. He comes in with a ton of energy, singing with a little bit too much energy. He's just on the line of being out of control. And if you think about it, if you can even make that note that you're close to being out of control, that means that you're a little out of control already. I don't think it's It's a little bit of an issue. It's a small issue. But I think if he dials that down, he'll be fine. The judges mentioned that, and he seemed to take that note really well. He's got a good belting voice. His tone's good, his technique's good. Katie mentions that he's a street performer, and maybe he's used to trying to get people's attention. As a former street performer, that's what I did for a couple years before Idol. I can 100% confirm that there is a street performer mentality that is not conducive for live performances off the street. There's actually an insecurity that street performers go through, at least that I experienced, because when you're on the street, everyone that passes you doesn't want to look at you, because if they look at you, then they feel obligated to give you money. So on a good night, 3% of the people that hear you will look at you. That's a great night. So the entire time you're down there singing, your entire goal is to force people to look at you and sing your face off, constantly trying to get their attention. Now that's great on the street, but as soon as you get on a mic, as soon as it's a performance, it's a little exhausting for the listener. I remember singing a show for the very first time when I actually had audience members that wanted to listen to me. And I legit felt like if I didn't sing big, powerful notes every 15 seconds, that they were going to leave. I legitimately believed and felt that. That's something that I've had to get over and still have to get over. The fact that you can just sing and people aren't going to stand up, walk out, and leave. I think he's holding a little bit of that too. We'll see how he navigates that, gets through it as he goes through an environment where he's gonna feel like he's got to impress and got to stand out in a crowd of a bunch of other singers. We're still doing great, spamming American Idol's Instagram account. We had a couple of you comment on their account about my videos, which I very much appreciate. So we had Lori Higgins, who's a friend of mine, and we also had Michael Voltaire come in super clutch and comment. If you're new to this concept, what we do is we comment on every single post that American Idol has, promoting these videos. Say, yo, these Clark Beckham videos reviewing the episodes are crazy. Wow, so insightful. Gosh, he's genius. And boy, does he dress nice. I don't know, whatever you want to say. Chanley picked this out for me. It's blue and it's not a t-shirt. And oftentimes I'll be the one that makes a comment like, hey guys, check out my recap videos. And then everybody goes and likes that. So it stays way up at the top of their post and we just kind of ride the wave of their 1.4 million followers. Next we have Israel.
I'm mentally exhausted, the physical cost is showing across the back of my eyes. I'd like to drop this, go home and talk with the people that mean most in my life, but I cannot stop this feeling that I'll miss out on something that I wanted to find. But lately my thought is, will I be shocked when I come to realize I've lost track of the time? Don't know why you asked twice when I said I'm okay. I'm holding on tight so I don't lose my place, and maybe my drive has become my escape. The cost is,
holy crap. Grew up in a Bible home, in a family full of people named after biblical characters and biblical references. But he mentions that he loves cussing, so that's cool. You can cuss and be a Christian. Holy crap, what a song. He starts to sing and I'm immediately drawn in, totally invested in everything that he's doing. The inner rhyming and emotion that he has in the song, how connected he is to it. Oh my gosh, I was so into it. Dadgummit, what a freaking song. The judges tell him, you're not ready yet. Vocally, I don't know if you can hang. You come back later, Lionel says. And do what? Later? You want him to figure out how to sing higher notes? Like, what are higher notes gonna do? Now, listen, I'm usually about this concept of you're not ready yet, come back later. But he's mature enough, and I feel like that's his voice. Like, that's his matured, ready to go voice. His thing is his songs and his emotion and his tone. To say come back when you're vocally more prepared or better or more mature, like, I think that's totally wrong. Because what do you want from him? You want him to be able to sing higher notes? I don't want to hear him sing higher notes. I want to hear him do exactly that. Exactly what he just did. I don't care if he can do runs or vocal stuff. Like, he's got the juice right now already. I think this was a big miss by the judges. I could totally see him becoming really successful as an artist and Idol going, oh shoot, we missed it. Ava Maybe is next.
'Cause they always start to cry. 'Cause this time
could mean goodbye.
She picks one of my favorite songs of all time with my favorite key change ever. And this is an example of picking a beautiful song and having that help you in your audition, because her voice, in my opinion, was fine. It wasn't a standout to me. It got stronger as we went on. When she went into that key change, it got really strong. But the beginning, I thought her voice was okay. There were pitch issues here and there, but she really powered through on that key change right at the end and showed like, oh, this is why they're showing her audition and this is why she made it through. We'll see where she goes. Lastly, we have Scarlet.
I'm still bleeding, but I'm not alive. Oh, this will kill me over and over again.
Okay. Scarlet had some great spots, but she was generally pitchy here and there throughout the song. When she had nice moments, they were really nice. One standout for me was the oh. She did this a couple times in the song. 3, 2, 1, 7, 6. To Be a Nerd, which we'll get into this stuff later when we get to arrangements, but it's a relative minor fifth walk down that you hear in a lot of songs, like you're still the one I love.
You're still the one I run to.
She puts it here too. Oh, it's in a ton of songs, but she does it and it's super clean. And then at the end, she just tells us, look, I can do a bunch of runs and a bunch of things. And they were really nice. Her control, going from chest to falsetto, and the transitions were super clean, and doing it right in the middle of that run lick thing. I was very impressed. We'll see what she's got down the road. My winners and losers of the week. My winner is us. We have finished the auditions and we have a lot of really good singers. We not only have great singers, but we have interesting people. A lot of interesting contestants that I am so interested to see how they do. And every contestant I've talked to tells me the same thing over and over. Just wait till Hollywood Week. My losers of the week are gonna be all of the contestants that did really well, got a golden ticket, and made it to Hollywood and didn't get viewed on air. To all those contestants, congratulations on the massive accomplishment. Working really hard. It really sucks to not get on air for that, because when you make it through, you're like, oh, I'm crushing. You're doing all the interviews and you go to Hollywood Week and you experience that, but American Idol can't show everyone. They just don't have enough time. And what's tough is if you don't make it in Hollywood Week, they don't really want to showcase you to get America to fall in love with you, to get mad at American Idol when they cut you. They do that a little bit anyway, but it's a tough situation. This episode's viewer question comes from Jojo Ramirez. Jojo asks, hey Clark, who would have been your picks for the platinum tickets this season? I love your vids, dude. Appreciate it, bro. Now, these would just be my favorite people, because also the platinum ticket is cool, but it's kind of, if you're good enough to get a platinum ticket, you would make it through the first round anyway. But if I had to give them out, my personal platinum tickets would go to Leah Marlene, Jacob Moran, and Sage from this episode. Ask me your question below in the comments, and I might pick yours to be the viewer question for this next episode. That's it for me. Thanks so much. I see you tonight.